Hi everyone, my name is Quynh. I'm from CryptoCompare. And today I'm going to talk about arbitrage for cryptocurrencies. Before I start, can I just ask the question, who among you have been trading cryptocurrencies? Cool. Who have spotted arbitrage already? And who have traded the arbitrage? Okay, a few people. Awesome. So I might be the person that you're going to hate because I'm not going to talk about how easy it is to trade arbitrage and how awesome all cryptocurrencies are. My background is in risk in banking. So probably because of that, I'm going to mainly talk about the risk and all the research you have to do before you actually decide to trade a strategy. So if you don't know CryptoCompare, we are one of the sponsors of the event. Woo! We have quite a wide range of products. We have a website with all sorts of analytics. We compare products. You can find a lot of information there. We have a portfolio coming up where you can track your own portfolio. We have news. We are writing daily news and also launching a news website. We have our API. I'm mainly going to talk about that because it's going to be very useful for you getting all the data to do your research. And we just started being an index calculator agent as well for financial industry partners. Yeah. So what is an arbitrage? It's an act of using price differences to exploit a riskless profit opportunity with no initial investment required. So this sentence has three main aspects: price differences, risk, and cost. And my presentation will cover these three aspects. First of all, I'm going to talk about the CryptoCompare API, where you find it, how you can use it. And throughout my presentation, I'm always going to indicate which API endpoint you can use to get the data to do the research that I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to talk about price differences, risk, and cost, and I'm going to give you some conclusions and resources in the end. Yeah. Cool. So this is our API documentation. You can find it in the URL down there. I hope you're going to get my presentation, so you can just click on it later. You can get prices of cryptocurrencies. We have more than 4,000 coins, 200,000 trading pairs. We integrated with 90 exchanges and have news API as well. So we are integrating with 22 crypto news providers. And of course, we are still counting because our data team is working hard to integrate with more and more data. And all this is free because at CryptoCompare, our goal is to create a trustful and transparent space in the crypto. And we want to be, providing you all the data you need for doing your research. Just to mention some of our clients, we are working quite closely with the crypto space and the financial industry space as well. Cool, so let's get into the arbitrage. So price differences. Price differences can come across different exchanges. It can be geographical. And I'm going to cover a little bit of derivatives. But unfortunately, our API doesn't cover that area, so I'm just going to mention how you can start with looking at that. Cool. So I think in the next slide, I'm going to show you the very essence of my trading course. So before I joined banking, I had to take a course for 1 month of financial markets and trading, and this is the ultimate trading strategy that we learned for 1 month. So, buy low, sell high, profit. Easy as it is, or not. So when you look at price differences, this is one example of a research you can do. You can look at prices of Bitcoin USD across multiple exchanges. Down here, you can find the API endpoint you can use to grab all this data all at once. And yeah, you can see that there's quite a bit of difference. So TrustDex, I think it's a Vietnamese exchange, trading with 10% premium. Why not doing an arbitrage? Or hit BTC 5%. It's crazy. So what can be the difference in prices? You have to look at transaction fees, of course, withdrawal fees. There's a liquidity difference as well. Maybe some exchanges have a very thin market. And then, of course, counterparty risk, right? So an additional analytics you can do is look at the price differences together with historical volume. So this is exchanges. The x-axis is the price, and the y-axis is volume over the last 24 hours in USD. So I took this data last night, so yeah, the prices have moved since then probably. But yeah, what you might want to do is you don't want to trade on low liquidity exchanges, right? Because it's going to move the prices. You don't know if you can actually execute your trade. So you want to look at the top ones and choose among those ones. Yeah. So how about exchange? Oh, yeah. On top of doing this analysis, of course, you need to do a lot more, which I'm not going to cover now. But one of the things you can look at is order book, how actually your trade would execute on a certain price. You might think you can execute $1 million, but not really. You want to look at past volumes, because sometimes order books can be fake. It might be just liquidity provided in a fake way, and then you don't know what the exchanges are doing with their orders. They could just cancel it when you actually do the order. You want to look at cost as well when calculating your profit. And you want to look at exchange reviews as well, because you might end up not being able to withdraw your profits from an exchange. Yeah. OK, next one, geographical differences. This is the last 30 days of Bitcoin trading in Korea versus in USD. So the yellow line is the Korean BTC price in USD, so converted. And the white one is BTC USD in USD. Yeah, it's quite a systematic difference. So you might think, OK, why haven't other people done the arbitrage? Because when there's an arbitrage, people trade the arbitrage, so the difference should disappear over time. Yeah, there are quite a lot of reasons for this. There is a supply-demand difference across different markets. Although Bitcoin is global, it doesn't have an actual location. But the demand of Bitcoin using Korean won and the demand of Bitcoin using USD can be totally different. And that's why, in a way, Bitcoin is not truly global. You want to look at different fees, again, and regulatory environment. Yeah, governments in Korea can just shut down exchanges. They can ban Bitcoin mining. Yeah, it's just really hard to predict these things. When you're doing your analysis for geographic arbitrage, you want to look at entry barriers, like how you can actually open a bank account in Korea. And for a full arbitrage cycle, you want to clear your positions in one single currency, right? So how you can do the international transfer. Yeah. Just a bit of derivatives. Another type of arbitrage is mispricing in derivatives, and you can use replication to trade the difference. There are some derivatives in the crypto space. You might have heard CBOE and CME launch their Bitcoin futures products in December. Yeah, it's quite hard to price futures products so far. So yeah, I'm not sure what analysis you would need to do around this. You can see futures products on crypto exchanges as well. Maybe that's an easier step. Because it's easier to trade there. BitMax crypto facilities have futures. And you find one Bitcoin options market, but of course it's very illiquid, hard to price again, and implied volatility is just super high. So yeah, it's up to you what you do with this. I haven't really done the research, sorry. So the risk. Arbitrage is riskless, right? But all that I've just mentioned, does that sound riskless to you? There might be order book manipulations, technological risks. Exchanges can just go down. They might not accept your order. It happened a lot of times. Exchanges can be hacked. Security risk, yeah, that's more like security. Liquidity risk, you cannot place a huge order on one exchange. Counterparty risk, you don't trust the exchange. Regulatory risk, governments shut down your account. So it just doesn't sound riskless to me. So you want to think twice before you do arbitrage. And of course, all the costs that I already mentioned, deposit, withdrawal, transaction fees, liquidity costs, international wiring. Yeah. So the conclusion is that price difference is not necessarily arbitrage. Trading in cryptos is never riskless, and there's always a complex cost structure involved. So after all this research and managing your risk, you still find that your trading strategy is awesome, go for it. It's good for the market, it closes the price gaps, it makes prices more fair. Yeah, thank you. That was me. Pretty short. We are hiring. Come talk to me if you're interested in us. Yeah, thank you.